In 2007, President Kufuor was faced with a problem, youth unemployment. His national security advisor said to him, let's create a national youth employment program to absorb people and give them jobs. That has grown into JIDA and became YEA now, and it's progressing. That's the youth agenda of the two parties, NPP and NDC. What is the PPP's youth agenda?
We are thinking about creating jobs for the youth in their districts and where they find themselves.
How?
Not necessarily. You know, we have so much. We need to expand the economic platform of Ghana. What has happened is, in the past, we had this plan of developing roads along the major national roads. We have the N1. I think we have actually major national roads to, I think, N14 or N16, which will serve the country. And yes, a lot of these roads have not been developed. When you develop them and you have access to these places, you will have people have put in investments into some of these areas where industries can be developed, and these young people will be absorbed. We tend to do the easy things. The YEA, you get them something to do.
YEA has district offices.
Yes, but what is being done apart from just paying youth so that they feel like, well, we are getting money?
Not just paying them.
Yes,
they're giving them jobs.
You are giving them jobs. How sustainable are these jobs?
They've been working over the years.
Working in what?
This government says it has employed 120,000 extra youth onto the
program called...
No, not NAPCO. NAPCO is different. This is just youth employment under YEA.
Well, yes.
So what are you going to do differently? That's what I want to know. For instance...
You know, we don't always need to do things differently. We can also build up on some of these things.
Build?
I was saying earlier on another platform that we have, for example, been mining gold for hundreds of years. We have a large mine in Obuasi. Suddenly we have Galamsey coming up, and this is because of youth unemployment. We have Galamsey coming up, we are polluting our waters, and we have all kinds of plethora of problems coming up with it. Why have we not, in all these 100 years, thought of refining our gold here? We take our gold outside. That is work, jobs being taken out of the hands of the youth in a place like Obuasi. And the youth who themselves are in Galamsey, in those areas around there. If you have a refinery, you can employ so many other people to work on some of these things. If you expand the economic platform and open up the country, you will have access to some of these places. There are places like a town we went to during my campaign in 2016, I can't remember. They had yams. Plenty of yams they had farmed, and they said the yams were going to waste because they couldn't transport them along the eastern corridor. No surprise there, to get to Accra. And I was thinking, what if we had a yam chips factory, for example?
Have you heard of one district, one factory?
Well, yes, I've heard of it. You know,
is it a good idea?
I'll tell you what, it is a good idea, yes. But is the implementation?
Is free SHS a good idea?
Free SHS is a good idea. I've talked about free education.
Is one district, one warehouse a good idea?
I'm sure it's a good idea, but you see,
so what in this government is not a good idea that the PPP will change if you are voted instead of Akufo-Addo?
It is the implementation of these ideas that we will change.
What is wrong with the implemenation of any of the projects?
A lot of the implementation is for political expediency.
How?
To win us more votes.
How is free SHS implementation political? Tell me.
Well, let's say where is the quality? Where lies the quality in free SHS?
Quality lies in the fact that they recruit separate batches of teachers to teach different streams of schools.
Yes, and when
the
it
results will come out in
When it came to the idea you said about testing testing the kids being the best mode of assessing them. What did we do with that? We went and bought them exam questions. The children were
sorry, bought them which exam questions?
Apparently they were supplied with exam questions so that they could
questions.
Past questions. Yes,
that is a normal practice. Every secondary school has done.
Nobody buys. Well, not in the secondary school I went to.
I had a pamphlet full of past questions.
And government bought it for you.
No, I bought it myself.
Thank you very much.
But education is free now, so government has to supply that to you.
Government does not have to supply anything.
Government supplies you textbooks.
Government gives the free. Exam questions are not textbooks. You know,
you could find exam questions in the textbooks.
Yes, well, Of course, you can find.
So are you saying that if we provide free SHS and we say to parents, don't pay anything, we're going to pay, but when it gets to exams time, parents, please, you have to take care of the examinations? Is that what you're saying?
What do you mean by take care of it? When has it been that parents have had to buy even exam questions for children?
Serious parents do.
Well, that is a choice.
No, it's not a choice. It's what ought to be done for you to pass your examination.
It doesn't need to. It's not what ought to be done for you to pass.
Mind you, it's not the upcoming
please, let's not devalue Ghana's education.
Okay.
And that is why these young children actually thought that those were the exam questions that were going to come, and they were up in arms protesting.
I do not think so. Exam questions, past exam questions will have their years on them.
I went to a secondary school here in Ghana. Nobody bought us exam questions at the time.
Which secondary school did you go to?
I went to Wesley Girls High School.
At Wesley Girls, you never solved past questions?
We solved past questions, but government didn't buy it for us.
Who got them for you?
The previous year group passed it on to us.
Okay.
That was what was done.
Who gave it to the previous year group?
The previous year group, the year group before that.
Good.
And that is what is done.
So then it takes us to a decade or two. So for instance, 95 past questions would have been given to you. You finished school in 2003. How do you get that? It's compiled in a booklet and you buy it.
Well, that is what we have reduced our education to now.
No, because it's free now.
And it ought not to be that. Because when students write exams, the exams questions are yours. What are you doing with it afterwards?